Hello and welcome to Who Dares Rolls TV. I am your host, Mike B, and this is Who Dares Rolls TV. Now, if like me, you do love a lovely big bulgy board game box full of components and rules and game and time, they're great to settle down and spend a leisurely evening playing. Lovely. We all love a bit of that. However, sometimes there is call for something a little lighter, a little smaller. Maybe you need an aperitif, something to start your evening off, like an appetizer. Or perhaps after a big full meal, a banquet of board game, you require something a bit more subdued, quieter, something just like a light bite, something to get your teeth into, just to satisfy, but not to overload. You know, that one more wafer thin mint. Well, it just so happens that Alley Cat Games have you covered for just such an eventuality. Just today, this very day, in fact probably yesterday now, maybe, they've launched Tinderblox and Kittin onto Kickstarter. You can get both of these fine, small, tiny games in itty-bitty tins for less than the price of a pizza. So, now we are caught in the terrible situation of the choices. Do we have both of them? Do we want one of them? Do we like either of them? What do we want to go with? So starting with Kittin, you're going to say to me, well, how does it play? What do I do? What is it? What's it all about? Well, let me tell you. So, cats, that's what it's about. Kittin is a very simple game. It will play up to 8 players, and if you're playing 8 players, then you're going to be playing in teams of 2. However, if you're playing just a 2 to 4 player game, then you're all going to be 1v all against everyone else, and you're going to see who could be the biggest, the best kitten cuddler in the entire world, or at least around your table at that point in time. How it works is very simple. Simplicity itself, so much so that even I could understand these rules. You will snatch a card from the deck, and you will show it, and everyone will see it. And what we'll be doing is everyone in real time will be attempting to grab the cats that match those colours. And then they will be attempting to build them in exactly identical order to what that is on the card. And then once someone has done that, they're going to shout meow, at which point in time everyone will stop. And they will scowl at the person who's done that. And then they will look and check that their kitten matches the one on the card. It does. Once that is the case, and it is, you've won that card, and then we do it again. That's it. Once you've amassed yourself 3 cards, you win the game. That's it. Once you've done that, you're going to go, well, that was a lot of fun, and you're going to do it again. Kudos to Kittin as well for being kind of cool, because it has a cat's bum on the box. Next, I hear you cry, what about this Tinderblox shenanigans? Well, Tinderblox, very simple. So, Tinderblox, cubes, tweezers. Not all of this is finished components that you will have at the start of the game. Tinderblox works, if you've played Jenga, which I imagine you probably have, then it's quite easy, really. What we do is we start with our campfire, our basic campfire, and we will have a stack of cards that we will shuffle. Always a good start to a game. Going around the table, a player will take a card and will look at it, and it will show you a set of cubes that you have to place on this fire. And you have to follow these instructions directly. You will need to assemble the cubes off the table using the tweezers, and then you need to place them on the fire. Some of the cubes will show with your alternate hand, so you have to do the same thing again, but using your less strong hand, and acting a little bit like a special person as you attempt to do it without sticking your tongue out and looking, well, special. Oh no, like that. We keep doing this until eventually people will get knocked out. Once you cause blocks to fall off or collapse or mess it up entirely, you're eliminated. Until such a point in time, one person will be the Tinderblox champion of the world, and they win the game. That's it. So there we go. There is the overview of both Kittin and Tinderblox from Alley Cat Games. So now we should probably dive deeply, without any form of safety gear or sense of worth or self-preservation, into critical analysis of said games, because that's what we guys are supposed to do, I guess. So, doffing our critical hat and diving in, let's do that. Tinderblox, for me, probably is the stronger of the two games coming out of the two. Both of them are very easy teaches, so there's no issue of getting them to the table. They're both easy teach in literally minutes. You see me, I've taught you in minutes. So Tinderblox is the stronger of the two, and I will come down to purely on the realms of, I really dig the reverse Jenga feel of it, of building those blocks up. There's more tactical. It feels more strategy and tactics to the game, is that you have choices that you're making where you pop those blocks and potentially stimmying the next person is going to be in there. So there's just feels generally a more rounded tactical game there for me, and I really enjoyed that. Kittin, whilst it's fun, it is a real-time game, and real-time games can be very Marmite in any group, and I've definitely encountered that in games I've played of it. I'm not the world's biggest real-time fan. I quite enjoy Galaxy Trucker occasionally, and I quite like Escape from the Temple, but generally real-time, I find them is very limited playtime on them. And Kittin kind of struggle with that. Component-wise, it's very good, very great. They've got the cats, you've got all the little pieces. It looks cool, artistically, art design is top-notch, works brilliantly. Just gameplay-wise, just feels lacking to me in comparison to this game. You are just literally grabbing, dashing, grabbing the stuff and building components and shouting. That's the game. It's fun. I've played groups with it, and it certainly brings the fun quota, and you play it, and a good couple of rounds of this. There's lots of shouting, lots of frivolity, lots of fun is had. However, it has a very limited life, I think, at the table, because with a lot of real-time stuff, there is nearly always going to be some people who are not as great at grabbing stuff in a real-time game, so they instantly kind of penalise with that, and there's always someone who's very good at it. So your options, your choices is now yours. You can go to Kickstarter right now, and you can choose. You can back both the games for less than the price than the takeaway meal, or you can pick one of them. Would you, for instance, fancy Tinderblox and its reverse Jenga engineering building of a campfire with tweezers? I quite enjoyed that one. Or you have Kittin, a real-time game of snatching pussycats and building a pussycat tower faster than your opponents and having to shout meow loudly with a cat's bum on the tin. The choice is yours, adventurer things. So yeah, there we go. There they are. They are very nice, really nice put together, nice components. As I say, neither of this is the finished stuff. I would imagine it's a close representation, kind of what you get. If you go to the Kickstarter page, they have even more information on there, which will tell you exactly how all that works and what it all does. I mean, it's a steal, really, isn't it? Oh, it makes the head spin, doesn't it? I've been Mike B. This has been Who Dares Rolls, and this has been Kittin and Tinderblox. Give them all a round of applause for being jolly good games. Thank you for tuning in. Catch us again soon for more videos and stuff. Thank you, and good night.
Bye.